Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Collision Division, and today we got a very special episode. Today we're going to be talking about everything that you're probably tired of seeing, that you tried to avoid, or you just don't give a shit no more. Yes, we're here to talk about Star Wars.
Poor Star Wars.
Woo! Yep. So you got me, Makarri, your main host, and then we have a side host by the name of Justin.
Waving Twitch, how you doing?
Waving Twitch on PlayStation. And then we also have a guest today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? Chris Ortiz here. What You Need podcast. Showing some love here to talk some Star Wars. Excited.
Yeah, man. Definitely check them out. So, how we gonna start off this one?
All right. So my thing is first, like, I had two big questions coming in to the movie. One, like, who is Rey? Because, you know, the big thing with the Force Awakens was the whole, dang, Rey could be someone. We don't really know who her parents are. Like, who are her parents? Like, everyone's really asking. So that is a question that I came into, or I had walked into the building wanting to know. The other one was, who the fuck is Snoke? You kind of don't. So I kind of ended up figuring out an answer or two. So I was a little bit happier with figuring out those. But I'm kind of curious to see, like, what was the first thing that maybe, like, interests you, Justin, when you had seen it. And then maybe we can kind of roll from there kind of deal.
Starting off with the wrong person.
Really?
That movie had me raging all day.
I wasn't. I had two questions and I got them answered, kind of. But it was a bittersweet movie, so to speak. I liked it and I didn't like it at the same time.
It's a love-hate relationship we have going on. You know? It's just like your wife takes you to the wrong side of family. You just don't want to be there.
All right, so I can say this then. Chris, you're more like you're just a Star Wars fan.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely a superhero guy a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I've dabbled into anime, my bits and pieces, you know, my few shows, few guilty pleasures, but definitely am a huge Star Wars nut. Definitely love my Star Wars.
Okay, so we got a Star Wars fan, then the way that...
I love similar anime, Star Wars. I didn't really get into much of Star Trek, but I've seen, like, the recent movies. I never watched the old ones.
Okay. Well, why I brought that up is because, like, I can speak for those who are, like, they can't even tell if they're a fan or not, or if they're just like, Star Wars, I go see it. Mm-hmm. So, and plus, like, by the way, I haven't seen the movie. Mm-hmm. So that whole spoiler alert thing, throw that out the window. I'm down for anything. Tell me what's up.
All right. So, wait, how would you like to start? Because honestly, it starts with the questionable scene.
So how about
starts
this?
with that questionable scene that you were actually bringing up earlier.
So how about this? On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this Star Wars movie?
Okay,
and
that's
why?
a good question. That's a good question.
I give it like a 5.
Oh, so that's a mad at 10.
Okay, I understand that. I'll give it a 6 because there was, like, I felt like personally that movie was a good movie, but there was a lot of tarnish, and so I can understand why he wants to do the 5. I understand why he wants to do the 5, but I did, at least while I was watching the movie, I did enjoy it. And then when I was done, I was like, okay, you know? So, like, and obviously for the older fans and for the people who've watched this for years, they have every right to be upset with a lot of things that happened on the film. And I mean, you pay your money to go see this film. A lot of people come to see early. The diehard fans, they pay Thursday night to go see him.
I think there was a video on, like, social media with, like, two guys was doing, like, a lightsaber fight in the middle of the street.
Yep.
You know, it's just
is it that
the
serious?
The buzz is around. Listen, I love me some Star Wars. The buzz is around and it's cool. So there definitely was a feeling. Mark Hamill apparently like maybe had like a little like bit of like a radio thing or whatever, and he had mentioned about the Star Wars movie, I think before it came out or after. I am told that this was before it came out. But what he had said was, if this movie has any recollection to your childhood, if you want to have like if you like are trying to see this movie to like bring back your childhood, like, you're deeply mistaken. Like that's not gonna happen.
Damn.
He even went on there.
He said that. Like, he said that.
He went on there and said that he doesn't condemn the way Luke Skywalker was acting in the movie. That's not his Luke Skywalker.
Oh my God! They honestly,
said that.
They tarnished Luke. They tarnished Luke. He was not a big fan of Luke's role in that movie. They really tarnished it. honestly, Luke's role wasn't even really a role. You know,
It wasn't a role.
it wasn't like essentially like sure like you see him, you show face because I mean God for crying out loud, it's been couple episodes that you know you don't see Luke.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It's been a couple years.
Yeah, like I mean, granted it's years, but like episode wise, I'm pretty sure like there's still like 3 or 4 episodes or whatever, however it goes, or like maybe just 2, like where you don't really see him, and you're really looking for him. So like clearly it's like, oh, okay, like he comes back, you see Luke, and then you're like, oh, is he gonna train Rey? That doesn't happen. So like that's a big thing, like in your eyes. Yeah, a big thing in your eyes that you would think that would normally happen with Luke. Like obviously like being a prime Jedi, but really you saw him like just kind of like, I wouldn't say washed, but you kind of just see like you just see kind of like a dried up, hung up Luke
like
in essence.
He just like failed the Olympics and decided to just sit there and drink beer all day and gain some weight, and then he just sitting here like, yeah, I remember back in my day when
I was a broken man then.
He was, yeah. Like, and like basically he literally like isolates himself. Like when they find him, they're like, oh, like he's literally in like the farthest place ever. Like basically is what they say. Like,
yeah,
it's like one of the farthest parts of the galaxy, one of the most unknown parts of the galaxy. Blah blah blah. Like he literally hides the out of himself.
I mean, the only thing I like about that, about him being so far away and not planning anyway, because he said in the movie, he said, I came here to die. I was like, oh, well, you know, you found your place you want to die at.
Oh yeah, that's very true. He did say that.
He said he was there to die. I was like,
he's like, what are you here for? And you're like, I came here to die. Like, what the? Yeah.
Hey, bro, that was dark.
It is. It's very dark. And check this out. Like, the premise of the movie, honestly, is very dark. Like,
sounds dark.
That like one they kind of like, I don't want to like bounce all over the place, but like one they kind of like try to tease Rey. I mean, obviously, like you see that with all like the original Star Wars movies with like the main character like Annie or Obi or Luke like being like like probably brought into the dark side, like being like kind of like like being convinced to maybe go into the dark side. So obviously you see that happen with Rey.
Okay.
Where you see her like kind of teeter the line for like a small second on how that goes.
You know, I had a crazy expectation for this movie. Like when I seen the trailer and then like they broke down what Luke said. Luke was all like, "Oh yeah, it's time for the Jedi to die." I told you about this a couple months ago. So I came up with this idea that okay, I know how this movie's gonna go. The movie's gonna go where they bring back Luke, but Luke is gonna be like, okay, I help you defeat the dark side, but the Jedi's got to go with them too. So he's gonna play the judge, the jury, and the executioner. Okay. That's what I thought the movie. It would have probably been a much better movie if it went that way. But I mean, I can't say too much because I still haven't seen the movie. So yeah. Well, but what was my next question I was gonna ask y'all? It was a real good question. Oh, okay. So, all right, Star Wars. This is like really sit back and think about this question. Everybody. Star Wars, The Last Jedi. Damn, forgot my question. Just that quick. Damn, forgot my question. Okay, so here's my question. Now I remember. Do you think Hollywood is just doing it just to make remakes?
All right, so here's the hot take I have for you.
Okay.
All right, so essentially, this is how I feel about this movie. They pieced this movie up so well.
Like I'm starting to believe it's just remakes.
They pieced this movie up so well in order for them to do spin-offs with Disney, because Disney essentially bought this thing, right?
True.
All right, now do you remember the pilot from The Force Awakens?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the curly hair. So like he's got the little slick hair or whatever, and I think they're gonna do a lot of spin-offs with him. He's in the last Jedi as well. Does a very good role. Has a very great role in this movie. So I think they will do a lot of spin-offs with him because there's not like a lightsaber battle or anything like that, and it's something easy that they can do, and it's something essentially that's Star Wars.
Yeah.
So it's something that the younger generation that may like Star Wars could be like kind of hook onto it, and that's how they essentially would make money. Now they also would do that along with Rey and with Finn, the black dude.
Yeah.
So I mean, come on, you gonna hire a black dude just to do 2 movies, 3 movies?
I mean,
Anyway, but you know what I'm
somebody
saying?
over here don't like how Finn played out in the movie.
I don't either. I don't either.
Damn right.
Hey, do you want to break it or do you want me to break
Go
it?
ahead, break it.
I'm gonna break that down.
Go ahead.
I am
Go
Mad
ahead.
as hell.
Go
about
ahead.
that. In the movie, bro.
Okay.
You got this thing like they trying to high speed away out this shit.
So
They
they're
went
in,
light
all right. So
speed.
in this little like part like he's trying to bring up, they're literally like with the dark side for a second because
Bruh, they
they're
basically-
running. They're trying to dip from these niggas, right?
Okay.
And these niggas still end up following them. Now the trick is that when you go through light speed, you're not supposed to find them niggas.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that's it. Them niggas was able to track them through light speed. Now them niggas ain't have no gas. Essentially, they ain't have no gas.
running out on
So
E.
they're
What?
So they're running out on E, and they're a distance away, so where they can have like their shield still going up, and their shield is going down as they speak as well. Now,
bro, they run light speed. Freaking Princess Leia, she gets like blasted out her cockpit. Superman's back inside from space. Superman's back
Wait,
inside.
wait.
Bruh.
She did what?
okay,
They
so
blasted
she's in
her
the
out the
she's in
cockpit, bro.
she's in the cockpit. All right.
Okay.
All right, so Kylo Ren is bringing him and his guys over to fly over and all that stuff to like it up because they finally caught them through light speed and they finally got stuck or whatever. Like the what you call it, the Force. The Alliance finally got stuck.
Okay.
So Ren is going after them, starting f***ing up ships. They start shooting shit up. All you see a clip of Ren kind of like going over the ship, and it's the cockpit where Leia is, and you like see him hold on to his blaster.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it, but the 2 people behind him blow the shit out of it. Like they blow his shit up.
Okay.
They're like blah blah blah, and they just whatever. They blow that shit up. Like it was insane, low key. And she goes flying in the air. I'm like, oh well, I mean she died in real life.
Yeah.
This is kind of how she dies. And I was like, dang, that would have been interesting if Kylo Ren would have killed her too, because that would have been the father and the mother. And that would have been
Exactly.
some dark ass for Disney. But anyways, like that would have been so dark for Disney. But
So what do you mean
she flies out in the air. She flies
flies
out.
out.
She flies out in the
So
air.
she can fly now?
No, but she's
She's
in
in
space.
space, bruh.
She's knocked out in
Oh.
space.
Don't forget, she got the Force strong with her too.
Yeah,
So she just floats
she's
back
a Skywalker.
into
She is
the
indeed.
ship.
She is
Just
indeed.
hand out and just floats back inside.
Yeah, she hands down, floats back inside perfectly, like for them to like save her and rescue her and put her body up. And she
Man.
knocks out like right after she gets there, but
That was some Kingdom.
essentially
that was some
she
Kingdom
uses
Hearts shit
she
right
uses all of her force to save her life that one time.
The hell?
That was some Kingdom Hearts shit right there, bro.
there. Hand all reached out, just
Like literally,
floating
like
back.
the hand reached out, like literally her eyes are closed, everything. Like she's not even seeing anything. She just has her eyes closed, and the force is literally dragging her back into the ship from being out of space.
She's in, and then she gets. In
She's
the
got
car.
like frozen crystals on her already and all that shit, and they're still bringing her in. Like, yeah, we got you. Yeah.
So I wouldn't say Superman. I'd say more like what's
No,
that? Guardians of the Galaxy. The scene where
Oh
like
yeah,
Peter, don't do it. You'll die out there. And he
yeah.
save her like
Disney repeat.
that is true. It is a Disney repeat.
Disney repeat.
So it sounds like Hollywood is doing remakes now and then.
Bruh.
Yeah.
He's a lot of remakes.